Now we reach Cebu, and this is where the story of Christianity in the Philippines takes one of its most important turns. In 1565, Spanish forces led by Miguel López de Legazpi established a permanent Spanish settlement in Cebu. According to tradition, an image of the Santo Niño, or Holy Child Jesus, was discovered in a house after the Spanish arrival. The image became one of the most important religious objects in Philippine history. The church associated with the Santo Niño became the center of one of the country's largest Catholic devotions. This isn't simply the story of a church, it's the story of how Christianity became deeply connected with Filipino culture. Region 8, Eastern Visayas. Stone Niño Church, Tacloban. Eastern Visayas was another major gateway for Christianity. Spanish missionaries established communities across the islands, and churches became centers of settlement. But Eastern Visayas also teaches us something important about historical buildings. A church can be ancient in tradition even when the current structure isn't ancient. Typhoons, earthquakes, fires, wars, and other disasters repeatedly forced communities to rebuild. So the true age of a church isn't always measured by its walls. Sometimes it's measured by the generations of people who have worshipped there. Region 9, Zamboanga Peninsula. San Ignacio de Loyola Parish Church, Zamboanga. In Mindanao, the story becomes more complicated. Spanish missionaries encountered established Muslim communities, indigenous peoples, and powerful local political systems. Zamboanga became a major Spanish military and missionary center. The famous Fort Pilar became closely associated with both Spanish defense and Catholic devotion. Here, religion and geopolitics became deeply intertwined. Churches weren't merely spiritual centers. They were also part of Spain's larger colonial presence in Mindanao. Region X, Northern Mindanao. St. Augustine Cathedral, Cagayan de Oro. Christianity expanded through northern Mindanao during the Spanish period, but the region's history was shaped by migration, missionary work, trade, and interaction with indigenous communities. Cagayan de Oro eventually became an important religious and commercial center. Like many historic Philippine churches, its story is not just about one building. It's about how a small missionary community eventually developed into a major city. Region 11, Davao Region. San Pedro Cathedral, Davao. Davao's Spanish-era history developed differently from that of many older Luzon and Visayan settlements. The region became a major center of missionary activity later, and the present cathedral has undergone significant rebuilding. This is another reminder. When searching for the oldest church, we have to ask, oldest parish, oldest church site, or oldest surviving building? Those three answers aren't always the same.